I am certified pet professional Amy Lee. The only difference between you and your groomer is knowledge, techniques, and tools. It is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry. So stay put as we get started on this journey together today. Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I am Amy Lee, certified professional pet groomer since 2003. But it is absolutely my pleasure to share the secrets of the pet grooming industry with you so you can provide the same level of quality care for your pets at home as I provide right here in my grooming salon. One of my goals here on my YouTube channel is to bring a new voice to the pet grooming industry. And that is one that includes pet owners, you guys, as valuable consumers and not just pet groomers. With so many people seeking valuable knowledge in order to groom their dogs at home, having a place to learn proper grooming techniques and receive professional advice on tools, products, and where to get them is essential. And that's why I created this YouTube channel for you and your pets, my friends. Welcome to Go Groomer on YouTube. Tonight's topic is dog grooming and why people quit and give up. This is going to be a good one, guys. So put your feet up. Grab a beverage, some popcorn, a snack. Just get comfortable because I got a lot to say, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. So let me start off by saying that most people decide to become a dog groomer because they are not satisfied with their current state of employment, and they love dogs. So in other words, most people don't set out to be a dog groomer. Most people don't. Some people do. A lot of people decide to be dog groomers after they start another career and they decide, dang, I don't like this. Really want to work with dogs. And, they think, well, wouldn't it be great to work with dogs for a living? Yes, it is. I've worked with dogs for a living since 2003. But what they don't know is that grooming dogs requires much more than just a strong love for dogs. As a beginner groomer, you will endure much more than you expected. And often this causes most people to give up because they don't gain the experience that they need to successfully groom dogs before they quit. Experience is important. And in a minute, I'm going to share a real-life story that was the inspiration behind this entire live stream tonight, my friends. But first, here are some of the biggest pitfalls that discourage beginners to move forward in their quest to groom dogs professionally. I just came up with some that spewed right off the top of my head, so I'm going to share it with you. The first one, number one, is they don't have enough training under an experienced groomer or instructor. That is a big pitfall, that they are just kind of thrown to the wolves. Okay, not good, not good. And we don't typically groom wolves, but I guess we could, as long as they don't bite. Number two, a big pitfall is they overlook the importance of properly preparing the skin and coat before trimming. You guys know, you get sick of hearing me say it, but it's the truth, and you all know it. The bathing, brushing, and drying process is more important than the haircut itself. If the coat is not prepared correctly for trimming, the haircut will look awful, and the groomer will not take pride in their work, which is very discouraging as a beginner. So that causes a lot of people to fail, to quit, to give up before they gain the experience they need. Number three, big pitfall, overbooking. It's a no-no. Overbooking dogs will only set you up for failure. You will make mistakes that could harm the pet. Overbooking causes you to become stressed and rush through the groom. And this is not good for your mental status. But most importantly, it's a detriment to the dog when you become stressed. Because remember, when you stress, so does the dog that you're working with. Dogs pick up on that stuff. Trust me. Number four, Pitfalls. Just because you start a new grooming business doesn't mean that you have to start grooming all dog breeds right out of the gate. I encourage you to start with just bath dogs and become an expert at those grooms before you profess to give full grooms, including a haircut. Because then you'll be so comfortable with that huge portion of the groom that by the time it gets to the more stressful stuff, like the full haircut, using scissors, using clippers, knowing which clipper blades to use where and when not to use them on certain coat types, that's all a whole new set of rules that you need to follow as a groomer. So get really good at the just baths. Trimming the paw pads, trimming the nails, cleaning the ears, full brush outs, de-sheds. Get good at that. And there's nothing wrong with starting there. Many new groomers feel that they have to offer the works in order to open their brand new dog business, a brand new dog grooming business. They feel they got to offer everything. But I'm here to tell you from many years of experience, start simple and work towards becoming a full charge dog groomer. Your clients will love you for it, and you will become an outstanding dog groomer in your community. Trust me. When you start your dog grooming career, you are a beginner. So please don't lose sight of that. Years ago, I wanted to learn to play the guitar, guys. This is a true story. I wanted to learn to play Hotel California by the Eagles. Who doesn't want to play that song, right? But my guitar instructor made me learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Mary Had a Little Lamb. Are you listening, King of Aliens? I had to learn those songs. I didn't want to play those songs. I didn't want to learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Mary Had a Little Lamb. But without learning those boring songs, I would have never learned how to play Hotel California, which I still really didn't master that one. But hey, it was a goal. Great song, guys. Go listen to it after the live stream. So, does that make sense, my friends? You have to start with you have to build your expertise level. You can't absorb it all and open a salon and say, here I am, bring them in, bring me those hounds. You're setting yourself up for a big mess. Learning what tools, products, and methods are best to use on the different breeds, the different coat types, that all comes with experience. And you'll change over the years. You'll use this method and you'll learn something new and realize this is much better, it's more effective, and it's safer for the dog. You learn these things. It's called experience. And no matter what you do in life, what career path you choose, you will gain experience, and that's what will make you good at what you do. Learning how to increase your dog grooming speed is, everybody thinks that they have to rush and book so many dogs. But, you have to be able to provide a safe groom for the dog at the same time, and compassionate grooming session, and something that you can endure. So you must follow the same steps to the groom. Every dog that you groom, and you will naturally increase your dog grooming speed. As you increase your dog grooming speed, then you can increase the amount of dogs that you groom, and you will quickly learn how fast you can groom a poodle or a Shih Tzu or golden retriever or a large labradoodle or a small mini golden doodle or whatever. You will quickly learn that as you experience it. And as a newer groomer, it's going to take you more time to get comfortable with all the grooming techniques, the tools, just how to use the tools properly. It's important. But let's face it, you will need to groom at least 5 dogs a day in order to groom for a living. So that's what you're going to be working towards. As a new dog groomer, you need to study and continue to learn everything that you can about the different dog breeds, coat types, and most of all, you need to acquire as much knowledge about dog behavior as you possibly can. That's huge. Dogs are not human. at all. And they do not relate to situations the same as us humans. So it is imperative to become an expert on the anatomy of a dog in order to provide quality care for the animals you groom. And if you are not well educated on anatomy of the dog, you will not be the groomer that your pet clients need you to be. Have to understand dog anatomy, dog behavior. All these things are very important. A great resource for understanding as much as possible about each and every purebred dog is the AKC Complete Dog Grooming book, the 22nd edition. That's the latest edition. And this is your dog breed Bible. And I've linked it below if you need to pick up a copy for yourself. Every groomer should have one on hand and refer to it to if they need to freshen up about what this coat type is like, what it should be like, how to handle it, what the dog's anatomy is, what are the strengths of this dog breed, because you actually want to show that off in your grooming too. So if you're going to work with dogs, then you need to learn everything you possibly can about them and their makeup. It's very important. Last week I received an email from a subscriber, and it really made me think about the hardships that new pet groomers face and why. Often so many people quit before they ever truly get started in their career as a pet groomer, guys. It's the truth. What I mean by that is that once you learn the basics of pet grooming, that's the easiest part of the journey. The hard part is something grooming certification courses cannot prepare you for. It's called experience, hard work, elbow grease, blood, sweat, and tears. Literally, blood, sweat, and tears goes into grooming. Are you ready to hear Rachel's story? I told you I have something to tell you. A subscriber reached out to me, and that was the whole inspiration for this. So it goes a little something like this. Hello. I've been grooming for about 2 months. Only 15 dogs so far. After every groom, I cry the whole drive home. I feel like a failure. I know I'm not fast or good. So that's the first paragraph. Now, as you can imagine, I open this email and I start reading that. And I'm automatically empathetic. And I'm like, I want to talk to this girl. I need to talk to her. I need to talk to her. Then she goes on to say, the lady that owns the shop that I work in spent about 3 dogs' time with me and said, you got it. Now go watch YouTube. So let me get this straight. The woman that owns the shop that is going to allow this new person who is not even trained in dog grooming, she's going to show her on 3 different dogs, and that's it, and say, you're ready. You're ready to groom my client pets. What? And then she says, the problem is I'm a slow learner and I still get confused over blade sizes and direction of hair. Well, of course you do. And that doesn't make you a slow learner, Rachel. It means you haven't groomed enough dogs to feel comfortable and confident in your journey to become a pet groomer yet. 3 dogs isn't going to cut it. At all. At all. So I'm still diving into this email going, oh my God, I just want to talk to this young lady. I need to boost her up. It's not her fault. So then the next paragraph she says, also, I thought grooming would be fun. It's not. I know it's not if you're grooming under those circumstances. She said, no, it's not fun. It's super hard. I guess I imagined that with all the tools and elevated tables, it would be easier than giving my own Yorkie a bath in the sink. Yeah, but you need the training. That's what makes you a dog groomer. And she says, my back and shoulders hurt. The lady who taught me is 10 years older than me, and she said, and I'm 52. She said, and I'm sure she thinks I'm not going to make it. Well, let me tell you, Rachel, if she only gave you 3 dogs worth of training, you're not going to make it. And that's not your fault. That's not training. All right, I'm going to get into this stuff in a minute. Let me continue. Okay, so then she says, so what I guess I'm asking is, does it get easier? More fun? I'm afraid to advertise and take on more clients because if it keeps on the same way, I don't know if it's for me. She's being very realistic. And she says, I love watching you groom. You are so sure and nice and sweet. Well, thank you. And she says, you are so good at what you do. I have all the respect for groomers now that I didn't have before. You guys are superstars. I'm going to take a second right here, guys, because she nailed it. Dog groomers are supersized. Well, we can be, but we're superstars, and every single groomer out there is getting a super chat right now. You are superstars. You are superstars. I'm telling you, it is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy to stick with grooming at all without giving up and saying, I'm not going to do this. I would rather do this for less money, or I'd rather do this. You know, yes, you groomers are superstars. So pat yourselves on the back right now. Okay, so back to it. And then she says, I don't think that I've ever written an email like this. She says, we own a cow and a calf farm in Arkansas, and I was finishing my BA online, which is awesome. Congratulations. And that just shows that you're a persistent person to finish your BA online. She says, we used to pipeline, but that all shut down in 2020. A lot of things shut down in 2020. And that's unfortunate. So she says, so I thought that I could make some extra money grooming, but honestly, I don't know if I physically or emotionally can do it. She is drained, depleted. Then she says, a closing statement, she says, gosh, I know I don't know you, and I never quit anything. I think that's the part that has me the most upset. She's not a quitter. That's what she's saying. She's not a quitter, and she feels like she needs to quit because she can't do it. She has not had enough training. Training is very important. What I would have done with Rachel, if Rachel was somebody that I was going to bring into my salon and add on as to help me in the grooming salon, especially if she had no prior experience. Let's just say even she had bathing experience. I still would start her out there at bathing. And that's where I would start her. And I would teach her all the different things about how to properly work with the coat type in the tub, how to de-shed in the tub, how important the shampoo is and the condition, and how to determine when you shampoo a dog once, do you need to shampoo them again? You know, that coat and skin has to be right before it can be groomed. And more importantly, the skin and coat care is the biggest reason that dog needs groomed. Skin and coat care, not the haircut. So I would start Rachel up there. I would get her in. I wouldn't have her trimming nails. I wouldn't have her cleaning ears. I wouldn't have her shaving paw pads. I would have her bathing and brushing dogs for probably 2 months. Because you know what's going to happen there? She's going to get really, really good at bathing and brushing dogs and drying dogs. And by the time I'm ready to take it to the next level with Rachel, which would be teaching her how to shave paw pads, clip nails, clean ears, by the time I move her to that step, she's got this part of it down to a science. She doesn't even have to think about that anymore. She's got it. Now she's going to add a little more to her plate, a little more responsibilities. With that comes more money. She deserves to get paid more. You got to pay your help well, guys. They work very hard. So now we got Rachel doing a full, say, just bath dog. Say I get a golden retriever in. Rachel can do that. She can do all the skin and coat care, the drying, the brushing, trimming the paw pads, scissoring the feet, and trimming the nails, and cleaning the ears. She can do it. That's a full groom. You can start there, guys, if you're starting your own business by yourself. You can start with just bath dogs and build your business from there. Trust me. And if I didn't have the confidence when I started, I would have done the same thing. But I was able to work with another groomer when I started who was very experienced. So anything that I struggled with, she was right there to help me and to guide me. And it's very important that a new groomer being brought into a grooming salon gets the guidance that they need by their instructor or their boss, which is a full charge groomer or whatever. It's very important. So the next step I would take Rachel to, now she can do full bath, like a full bath dog. And this also is building her confidence up. She's like, look what I did. I actually did a full groom. I groomed that Bernese Mountain Dog start to finish. I groomed that Golden Retriever start to finish. Whatever. I mean, it's important to build your confidence as you go and not get kicked in the guts by not being able to do something that you're unable to do. Like give a full haircut after you did 3 dogs with somebody. You're not going to be able to give a full haircut, and you're not going to like your work, and you're going to think that you're not good at it, and that's not true. You just don't have the experience yet. So important. So the next thing I would do with Rachel, now that she's doing all the just baths and she's got it going on, she no longer has to think about those things. She's got it down to a science. Now she's ready to add a little more to her plate. The next thing I would have her do is pre-trimming. So she can do the bath, she can do the brush out, she can trim the nails, she can trim the paw pads, she can do sanitary trimming. I'll teach her that. Easy. And now I'm going to teach her how to do some pre-trims. What's pre-trimming? And I like to call this my grooming assistant. And in the past, I've had several grooming assistants. Very, very good grooming assistants. Amanda, Gloria was super fantastic. Amanda was fantastic too. I had Angie was wonderful. 3, I've had more helpers than that, but those were my 3 that I actually took that far to teach them how to be an actual groomer assistant. And what a groomer assistant was to me was somebody who could do everything except the scissor finish work. I did that. So basically they were grooming the dogs, yes. I did all the finishing work. And they were so good at it because I slowly took them through the process and kept stepping it up a little when they were ready. If they weren't confident, I didn't ask them to do it. And oftentimes I would have them bring their own dog in and say, you're on this table, I'm on this table. Let's start here. You know how to do the bath, the brush out, you know how to do the pads, the nails. Now I want you to take this 1/2-inch guard comb and start clipping from the base of the neck, down the legs, down the body. Take your time. I'm over here. I'll be over here working with, Sammy or whoever the dog is that I'm working on. But I'm right here beside you, and I'm here for questions. And we would do that. I would throw my own dogs on the table. I've had 2 golden doodles. I still have one that required haircuts all the time. So if my assistant needed some training, get up there, Rocco, and he would get right up there to get groomed. So that's how you become a pet groomer. You have to work under somebody, even if you go to school, and there are some fantastic programs out there, guys, to set you up for success, to start a grooming career. But some people don't feel confident until they gain some experience. Some people are like ready to charge right out of the gate. Everybody's different, and that's okay. You have to understand that about yourself and know that what you're working towards is to be a fantastic groomer in your community. And you don't want to sacrifice any quality or any dog's safety to get there. So by taking it slow is the best way to do that. And start grooming dogs that don't require haircuts first. Get real comfortable with that. because then you'll be so good at it by the time you're ready to start adding more responsibilities on your plate. And keep doing friends and family's dogs, and charging half price or whatever, just to gain the experience until you feel confident. That's the important thing. You'll know when you're confident. And having communities like this one right here, Go Groomer, this is a place where people can come back to get the confidence that they need. If there's things that they're struggling with, they can get those answers here. They can get the pep talk here. They can ask me, I am struggling with learning how to trim the feet of different breeds. And I'll say, here's 3 videos. Go watch them. They're on my YouTube channel. Or I have a wonderful pet grooming course for beginners that's $199. It's very valuable. Get it. Go watch it over and over again. Speaking of which, this is my course. That was created for you guys. That was created because of you guys asked me to. And it is not a dog grooming course that you can take and say, I'm ready to go groom any breed, because this is the very basics. My course is the very basics of pet grooming, and it goes deep into the very basics, where a lot of other courses just kind of hop right over that and get you right into it. My course is a little more detailed to the basics, because that's what people need when they're beginners. So I wanted to talk with Rachel. I actually sent her an email, and I don't know that she got it. It was over the weekend. And I said, look, I would love to talk with you. Do you want to send me your number? Do you want to reach out to me on Instagram or whatever? But I wanted to talk to her. So that didn't happen, and it was on my mind ever since, and that's why I decided this on Saturday, that this was going to be what the live stream was about. Hopefully Rachel will watch this and she'll hear what I'm saying. But I have trained people to work with me, and there's a right and wrong way to do that. And Rachel, you're not trained, and it's not your fault. So don't get down on yourself. Maybe there's another, maybe there's another groomer that you should probably seek out to work with, or just have a good heart-to-heart with the salon owner and the groomer that you're currently working for, and say, I want to learn this, and I want to be good, and I don't want to let you down, and I don't want to let me down, and I don't want to let these dogs down. Please take your time with me, because I want to be good. Maybe you just need to have a heart-to-heart with her. We're human. We got a heart in there. So I just thought that it would be a very good topic to discuss, and I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to it. And I know there were times when I could too. King of Aliens, what are you doing? Want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and your gift should be in tomorrow. King of Aliens is sending me something. King of Aliens spoils me rotten. And also, thank you for everything you do. Everyone here is the best. I couldn't agree more. And we are the best because we're together, and we are so glad that you're here with us every week too. King of Aliens, you are so getting saluted. Merry Christmas, King of Aliens. Thank you for bringing the love and heart and everything on these shows. And the laughter. There's always laughter. But we love you, and I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you very much. So I want to jump in to see if there's any questions that I can answer. I could really talk about this subject a lot. Because I think that's one area that I really shine at, trying to reach people on a human level, like on a level like I understand. I didn't forget what it's like to feel the way you do. Even though it was long ago, I didn't forget it. And I think it's important not to forget it. You know how the phrase goes, know where you're going, but always remember where you've been. If my dad's watching, he's going to be, she stole that from me. I don't know how many times I've heard my dad say that, but it's true. Know where you're going, but never forget where you've been. It's so important. And then you'll appreciate how you've traveled that path, you know? So I'm just going to scroll up, start looking for your questions here, guys. And we can get a little chitty-chatty. I'm so glad to see you guys. I missed you last week. We didn't live stream, and it was really weird. I mean, that's my gig on Mondays. That's what I do all day Monday, is I just kind of research and study what I'm going to be discussing and get my feelings right on the subject all day. That's what I do on Monday. And yeah, so it was a little weird. All right, I'm just looking for, you guys, if you put a line in front of your question, I'll be able to see it, and I hopefully will not skip over it. So I'm just scrolling up till I see the first little line. All right, and I think it's Donna, if I'm correct. I want to thank all of you for being here. You're here because you really care about your pets or the pets you groom. So I want to thank you all for that. That makes me very happy. Donna says, what would be not too expensive 5-inch shears? Not too expensive. Your idea of not too expensive and my idea may be two different things. But what I will tell you, Donna, you can't buy a good pair of shears for less than $89. And that's the truth. Over all the years of my purchasing of shears, about $89 is about as cheap as you can get. So a good pair of shears that are well balanced, Kenchi makes several. Their 5-star is wonderful. And I think they actually make a 5 or a 6-inch curved. Really nice. That's the 5-star line. I have it, and I like that shear. Be great for little small dogs. Another one that comes to mind is by Gybe. Gybe makes not a 5-inch. I'm going to tell you, 5 inches is a very small shear. I wouldn't want to use a shear that small. I feel like you actually can have little accidents because you got to take more bites. When you're using, I would start with no smaller than a 7-inch shear. I prefer everybody start with an 8-inch shear. So, Gybe makes some really good ones. They have an entree line, and the gator is very well balanced, very nice. So maybe check those out, Donna. And that's about as reasonably priced as you're going to find for something that is not a piece of junk. And it's important that you don't buy junk. It's unsafe when you're trying to groom with junky shears, trust me. Remember, they are sharp, even if they're junky. Let me see here. Just looking for your questions, guys. Man, Christmas is just days away. It's crazy. I'm excited. We're going to have some good times. I see some of your comments as I'm scrolling down. You guys I love you. I truly love you. I saw some more questions. My chat's just bouncing around. I know a lot of people wait and they look forward to getting their questions answered on Mondays. So I see, hi CMM. CMM says, Amy, you sound like an amazing boss. Train them to succeed. Yes. And I think that goes for any profession. You have to be relatable, to the person you're training. You have to remember that there was a time that you were feeling the same way that they feel, and that you only had the same knowledge and you were starting at the same place that they are. I say that a lot. We all started at the same place. We knew nothing. Nothing about dog grooming. We thought we might have, and then once we learned, we were like, I knew nothing. Now I know something, right? So it's true. And I love to see people learn something that they're passionate about. And I guess because I'm passionate about pet grooming, because it is kind of an art form. It's just a little bit more than just a job to me and to other pet groomers. You know, it's expressing yourself through the art of grooming. That's for sure. So, you know, we are passionate about it. And when you see somebody else become passionate about something and they want to experience what you've experienced and have that excites me too for them. You know, I'll tell you right now, guys, here in my area, there is such a shortage of dog groomers. Now, I'm sure that is not the same everywhere. I know Suzanne from Grand Style, she's here in the chat. She's in Tampa, Florida. She said, oh my goodness, there's a groomer in every corner. It's not like that where I live. I get calls all the time and have to turn people away. And I feel so bad. I really do. Because I know they want their dog to be cared for. And how I can't even send them to somebody. Because there's nobody to send them to. Because everybody's booked. Everybody is booked, not accepting new clients, just like me. So I tell you guys, I'm telling you, mark my words, I am on a mission to change that. Starting here in my own community, but hopefully, well, we're changing that here with my course, with what we do together on Go Groomer and all the videos I put out. We are changing and educating people, but I truly am going to educate people. And if somebody wants to go down this path, I'm going to help people do that for free. Because I have this. I have YouTube. I have the means to reach you guys and help an audience at the same time that's generating an income for me. And it allows me to give back and do for others. And this whole YouTube adventure for me has opened so many avenues for me to help other people do what I love to do. And that's why I do it. And I'm going to continue to do it. And it's good things are coming, guys. Honestly, and speaking of good things, I think in another 3,000 subscribers, we are going to be 100,000 strong. 100,000 of us. And that blows my mind. But I can't tell you how excited I am for that. It's one of the goals that I've had as a YouTuber was I've put a lot of time and effort into my YouTube. You know that. And it's been wonderful. And it's given back wonderful things to me as a human. But when you hit 100,000 subscribers, you'll get a handmade plaque from YouTube that says you accomplished 100,000 subscribers, and that's something to, you know, it's a huge milestone, and they recognize it, and I want that plaque. My husband knows if he's listening, she wants that plaque. I want it because that said I took something that wasn't here and made a community of 100,000 people that you know we're changing lives. With 100,000 people, we're adding value. And I want that plaque. And when I get it, we are unboxing it together. I will not look at it until I unbox it live with you guys because it's just as much your plaque as it is mine. And it really means something to me. And I know it means something to you too. Because you guys are Go Groomer just as much as I am. I'm just so excited. So excited. Just looking for questions here. Carrie J. How you doing, Carrie J? Carrie J says, does she have your dog grooming course? I'm not sure, Carrie. She didn't say. I only got the one email from her, and I thought the same thing. And I did send her a link. I said, look, this will help you, but it is not going to complete your frustrations as somebody who now has to groom dogs and doesn't know how to do it. You know, so what I really wanted to tell her, Carrie, is stop. You don't need to groom dogs right now. You need to learn to bathe them right now and brush them. Have a talk with your boss. Say, I want to help you. I want to get there. But I'm not there yet. And nobody would be unless they had experience. So, yeah, I don't know, Carrie. But I did send her the link. Yeah, Debbie, there is a shortage of groomers a lot of places. It's real. And I'm starting to worry that, it's a good thing I started Go Groomer, because now a lot of people are just flat out having to groom their dogs because there aren't new people coming into the industry. And I want to change that. I want to make it easy for people to get into this industry because it's a wonderful industry to be in, and there are some amazing people out there that would be absolutely fantastic at it. But there's also a lot of dogs that need groomers. That's for sure. Flowers says, what would be a good way to get into competition grooming? P.S. I love all that you do. You've helped me grow so much as a groomer. That's awesome. I'm glad. Flower, congratulations. So she's a groomer. I've done a little bit of competing. It's a lot of fun. So I'll tell you the first thing that I did, and you can't be discouraged when you're competing, Flower, because you are going to be in the ring with flat out show dogs. And you may not be able to get your hands on that grade of a dog. I didn't say great. I said grade. Like, that it has perfect conformation, the perfect coat type for a poodle, whatever. But it's still a ton of fun to compete. And the camaraderie that you have between the competitors and it's just a great energy, and it's a great experience. So what I would say, what I started doing is I would hook up with breeders and do a lot of their prep work for their dogs for them for free, just to be around them and learn, and then try to be able to borrow their dogs for the competitions. Everybody loves to be helped out, and trust me, somebody who breeds and shows dogs, they need a lot of extra hands to keep those coats in check and to keep their dogs looking good. So you could help them do that, and then they could help you by letting you compete with one or two of their dogs a couple times a year. That's my suggestion. You may have some client pets that are good. A lot of mixed breeds are great to compete with, have great coats. So what I would suggest is just try not to compete with a lot of dogs that you're really going to have to do a lot of camouflage grooming because they really don't have good conformation. Is that you're going to be up against dogs that do have good conformation. And Carrie, holy gosh, what are you doing? Oh, Carrie. Carrie said, please send, her name is Rachel, please send Rachel your course. We are not here alone. Oh my God. Carrie, I will. Unreal. Thank you, Carrie. This is the second course Carrie has bought for somebody. The second one. Carrie is a good person. Carrie, I will reach out to Rachel tonight again in an email, and I will tell her that you purchased the course for her, and that will give her a great place to start. You are awesome. Unbelievably awesome. Unbelievable. Oh, Carrie. Oh, you just make me forget everything. Everything. So, Flowers, I hope that gives you some ideas for competing. Competition world is fun. It really is. It can be tiresome, and if you're competing on the weekends, sometimes you don't sleep because you're so wound up and you replaying the groom in your head over and over again, and you can't sleep. Oh, I just can't believe Carrie did that. That was awesome. So awesome. I know, Barb. See, that is how wonderful this community is. And it is not a community without you guys. Road Pony, I've been meaning to get back to you. Listen, I did get your email about putting your new married name on your certificate. I will do that tonight. I promise. I pinky swear. Put it up. Put it up. I will do that for you tonight. I've been meaning to do it. I actually was going to do it today while I was getting my notes ready, and then I just got off track again. But I didn't forget. I saw that email. I will get it to you soon. No worries. She said, I just started my grooming class last week. Didn't know that it would be so much. There would be so much science involved. A lot to learn. Oh yes, there's a lot to learn, and take your time learning. There is. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys to just, work under somebody for a couple of grooms and then say, okay, you look like you got it. That is not training. There's so much to learn that it's overwhelming that you would question almost everything that you do because you're not sure of any of it yet. So, Road Pony, don't feel bad if you're overwhelmed. You just keep chugging along. You'll be great. And you can always come back to this community and me and our private Facebook group if you need a little uplifting or you need a helping hand or you need a question answered or if you need to chat. Okay? You can do it. Tile Maker says, I finally got through. Yay! Thanks for your help. I have a wall that I got from the pet store and they are the same. It has the plastic blades. Yeah, you're probably not going to like that. I know which one you're talking about. It may get you through for a while, but when you can save up for a detachable blade clipper or even that Kenchi Flash 5 with you can buy additional stainless steel guard combs. They are fantastic. I put a video up, I think Friday, a new video, and I'm using the Kenchi Flash with the guard combs on a Bichon. So that was, it was like, that actually was a great, that's a lesson type video. It was over an hour long, but it was very detailed. And I'm actually using the Kenchi Flash to do all the clipper work for that little Bichon, and that it's called complete dog grooming lesson or something. I think it's my last uploaded video. So if you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. You will love it. And Road Pony, it would be very helpful for you to watch that video too. It would put some things into perspective as well. So yes, I am just. Oh, Melissa says, I miss my mentor. Suzanne and Amy are super helpful. When you are mentoring under somebody, they are iconic in your life. They change your life because having a mentor, it's a true gift. They're gifting you their knowledge, and that's a gift. It really is. So I can imagine, Melissa, that you miss your mentor, the person who gave you the energy and the belief to get into this business. And it's a tough business. And I don't mean that it's a tough world, the grooming industry. The grooming industry is a very kind place. It can be. It can be. It can be a little too, but I don't bother with that. It's the job itself. It can really, really tear you down, And if you're trying to groom dogs far before you should be, if you're trying to, apply different grooming methods too soon, or, if you injure a dog, you'll never forget that. And that can really affect your mindset and moving forward and your confidence level. So what you want to try to avoid is putting yourself in a position to make mistakes. And by taking your time and your training and with building up your client base, that's taking care of yourself and preparing you to be successful in the industry itself. So, and once you're there, it doesn't take long at all to, once your skill level is there, it doesn't take long at all for you to just be the best groomer in town. Everybody wants you. and so don't worry about, it's a marathon. Don't look at that finish line right now. Just stay where you're at in your training and in your learning process. Stay where you're at and you'll get there, but don't try to run across the finish line out of the gate, or you'll probably end up quitting, which is what this is all about. Thank you, King of Aliens. I don't know what you did, but I'm sure you did something that you should have. So, feel if that person was being ugly, you can go ahead and just hide them from the channel completely, King of Aliens. That's fine with me. Bot smashed. Yeah, thank you for all of my moderators. That's King of Aliens. It's Janelle. It's Raquel, Grant. I appreciate you guys helping out in the chat. It helps to keep everything nice and keep everybody happy, because for the most part, everybody here is amazing and awesome. Every now and then we get some weirdos, but that's life. There's weirdos out there. All right, guys, listen. I have a really cool Christmas subscriber showdown for you. I'm going to throw it on for you right now, and I want you to think about Christmas that's coming in just a few days and being with your family and your pets, because this is a Christmas subscriber showdown. It is awesome. And I want you guys to have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. Another year? We're approaching a new year again. I will be live streaming next Monday, and I will be live streaming after the new year too. So I will be seeing you as scheduled, but have a holly jolly Christmas, guys. Truly. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Carrie, for your generous super chat to get that course paid for Rachel. I will get on that right away. Thank you, King of Aliens, for the super chat. Thank you all for being here. I will see you next Monday. Money. It's Monday, next Monday. I will see you then. I love you guys. you.